Well, the no jumper brawl.
Yeah, it was also mentioned in the federal criminal complaint.
Okay. So you address this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just walk it down through your point of view.
Okay.
You are leaving your studio and you see these two guys.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
So I did my podcast with Wack, and then I'm leaving. Him, Loose Cannon, and maybe 10 of their other homies are all there. And some of my employees are still there. I'm kind of rushing out the door to go see my kid before she goes to bed. And I just leave. As I'm walking out the door, I see two older black guys, look like they're late 40s, maybe 50. I'm eyeing them down and I say, hey, y'all here for Wack? They go, yeah. I'm like, okay. I walk up to them, I shake hands with them. I'm just kind of like feeling them out, trying to figure out if they're on some bullshit. They seemed meek. They didn't seem like they were there for some bullshit, right? So I call Wack. Wack says, oh, all right, I'm gonna go get them. I drive my car out of there. I'm driving home for probably less than 10 minutes. I'm less than 10 minutes away from the studio. One of my employees sends me a video of one of these guys getting the dog shit beat out of him. It's basically just like a little excerpt from the video that then everybody ended up seeing. And I'm asking him, like, what the fuck? Who are these guys? Why is this happening? I don't understand. And, I end up getting on the phone with Wack. He's trying to explain it to me, giving me the runaround, all kinds of shit. And I'm obviously not happy about this level of bloodshed taking place outside of my business. But, by the next morning, I'm kind of thinking, well, if the video's not out now, it's probably not going to come out. No. The video comes out by like the next afternoon, and obviously hell breaks loose and everybody's freaking out about it. And, there's a lot of different versions of the story. Because at first, the version of the story that this dude, Jay Reed, is putting out there, Jay Reed is kind of like the main one who's getting his ass beat. And then the other dude was the preacher, who I don't think was actually a preacher. At first, Luce was saying that these guys were from another hood and that they were banging their hood. And that's why they ended up beating the shit out of them. Those guys were saying that they thought that they had a business opportunity through the Dosh network, which Wack was pumping up. And that they thought that they were just showing up to do business. Wack says that that's not true. I don't know. All I know is that in that criminal complaint, it says that Luce pistol whipped and beat these dudes and took $5,000 or more worth of property from them, which in and of itself is kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because, what could they possibly have had on them that would be worth $5,000? Because I don't think those guys had guns. Maybe they took their phone. That's like $1,000. Maybe they had some money in their pocket, but they didn't really look to me like they were going to be walking around with $4,000 or $5,000 in their pocket. So what that says to me is that either way, it sounds like a crazy number, but it means that these dudes are basically telling the feds how much was taken from them and how much, I don't know. It kind of stands out to me as if there might be additional charges at some point here for Luce as a result of that brawl, which again, he could have got away with no evidence if he had just not put the video out.
Oh, he put out the video himself?
Well, to be fair, like his crew is called like IBM, Integrity Before Money, and which he actually gave me some merch for that brand, and I really got to find some of it because now all of a sudden Loose Cannon's like record label or crew stands out to me as a lot more iconic. But that was his little movement, and he has like a fan page that uses that IBM name, and they're the first ones who posted it. So I guess Luce thought maybe it would be less on him if he wasn't the first one to post it. I don't know if that really makes any sense, but yeah, basically he gave it to somebody to post.
Okay, so Jay Reed got attacked first.
Yeah.
And the guy with him got attacked as well.
They both got packed out.
Right, but the other guy got his pants taken off.
Mm-hmm.
That was the craziest part to me.
But I've heard you on other interviews acting so shocked by this. Stripping people is kind of like par for the course in rap music.
Have you seen it before? Have you actually seen that before? I've never actually seen it. You've seen this actually happen in front of you.
For sure I've seen it just like in the streets over the years, but even worse, like, there was I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to fuck his career up any worse than it already is, but there's a kid from Chicago who's like 15, 16, and a video came out of his ops caught him lacking, and they're beating the shit out of him with their guns. They strip his ass down to his underwear and make him walk home. So yeah, I've seen a lot of this shit over the years. But rappers are always talking about stripping people and shit. And yeah, it's ugly when it happens. It was kind of weird to see like a video version of it. But yeah, for sure, I've seen a little bit of that over the years.
Okay, so the guy that got stripped, did he end up in a coma?
You know, they were saying that. I don't actually know if that's true. I haven't heard anything about it since around that time. So I would assume not. But there was a lot of rumors going around.
Okay. There's also a rumor that you were getting sued over this. No?
No. Well, I haven't heard anything. If that is the plan, you know, I wouldn't be super worried about it because it's like, what was my fucking involvement? I didn't invite Loose Cannon. I didn't invite these other dudes. They got packed out in the alley next to my building, not in my building. At one point, Wack was saying that they tried to like run up in the building talking shit, which I don't actually know if that actually is how this played out. But obviously, if they entered my space being confrontational, then that would justify some kind of physical response, probably not stripping them naked and stealing all their possessions. But yeah, I haven't heard anything in terms of me getting sued for it or anything like that.